Welcome to today's Explainer. We're skipping the usual agenda today because we need to dive straight into a genuinely tense, real-life corporate cover-up. What actually happens when old-school office politics collide with undeniable, unchangeable digital evidence? Today, we're unpacking the exact anatomy of a stolen idea and how one totally mundane Zoom recording absolutely destroyed a polished corporate lie. Okay, let's dive into this. Look at this quote. This is an absolute masterpiece of corporate gaslighting from a strategy manager named Marcus Vail. Right after someone else brilliantly presented a new strategy, Marcus swooped in, repackaged it, and claimed it was just a spontaneous group effort. He actually said, the team brainstormed together and no one can own a conversation. Wow. This is the lie that sets up our whole conflict. Sounds perfectly reasonable, right? He's literally framing theft as collaboration. And that brings us to the core mystery we're unraveling today. When you pitch an idea out loud in a meeting and someone else immediately claims it as theirs, is that still your work? More importantly, how on earth do you prove it? You can't just yell louder than them in the boardroom. So, how do you prove idea theft using only the boring, invisible administrative records left behind in the system? Let's find out. Section 1. The investigation. Following the digital traces. Sofia, the employee whose strategy was stolen, and her team lead Maya knew you can't fight a smooth talker with just emotions. You have to map the traces. Enter Jordan, their IT auditor. Now, this isn't some cinematic hacker moment. It's a cold, hard digital sequence. Step 1, the object is created. Step 2, the owner field is quietly changed. Step 3, the timestamp is altered. Jordan maps out this exact digital footprint. And just like that, Marcus's official alibi, that it was just a casual brainstorm, starts crumbling under the sheer weight of system metadata. The crazy thing is, the most dangerous documents never actually look dangerous at first glance. Sofia knew exactly where to look, the exact fields that senior executives usually completely ignore. The Properties panel, the Activity tab, the attached notes. These are just boring administrative tools, right? But look at what they reveal. They show exactly who changed the file, when they changed it, and crucially, who gained power from that change. Sofia didn't get emotional, she got methodical. Maya then takes all those boring details and builds this, a proof map. She maps out the object, the owner, the timestamp, the missing approval, the affected employee, the beneficiary, and the public risk. She's literally giving fear a shape. Standing alone, none of these bullet points look dramatic at all. But connected together like this, there is no way it looks like an accident anymore. It looks exactly like deliberate design. Section 2. The excuses. Polished corporate language. Of course, the moment Sofia starts pushing back, the old system fights back. But in toxic offices, pressure rarely introduces itself as a direct threat. Nope, it disguises itself as career advice. Marcus tells her, mature employees know when a team win matters more than personal recognition. You see what he's doing there? He's trying to label Sofia as immature just for wanting credit for her own work. He is weaponizing professionalism against the victim. So, on the left side of this slide, you have these polished corporate excuses. Vague words like alignment, context, and team outcome. They're designed to be fuzzy, to hide the truth. But on the right side, we have analyst Aisha stepping in with sharp, factual questions. Who benefits if this stays hidden? Who loses? Who actually changed the file? Aisha's questions totally shrink the room. They strip away the polite buzzwords and make the harm incredibly specific. Section 3. The climax. Bringing background records to the foreground. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the core truth of office ecosystems. Executive Assistant Nina understands something profound. Invisible work sees everything. Background work still has foreground records. Credit thieves usually treat meeting invites, calendars, drafts, and forwarding trails as invisible clutter. But Nina knows that this background work provides the exact context the room is desperately trying to isolate. And here is where the hammer drops. Let's slow down and look at what Nina actually pulled from the background. 1. The recording transcript. 2. The exact chat timestamps. And 3. Sofia's screen share from that very first strategy call. This is it. This is the definitive digital footprint. It's the undeniable evidence from a routine Zoom recording that perfectly captured the exact moment Sofia explained the strategy that everyone later called Marcus's. And the wildest part? It only took this one single, undeniable record, just one mundane Zoom recording and its attached metadata. That was literally all it took to completely shatter an illusion and prove exactly what a room full of powerful people systematically tried to erase. The record doesn't need to argue. It just patiently waits for someone to read it.
Section 4. The confrontation. The evidence speaks.
Step into the boardroom with them. Nobody needs to raise their voice. Maya simply lays the evidence out on the glass table, tracking Jordan's raw data export. Step 1, meeting scheduled. That's Nina's background record. Step 2, strategy explained, verified by the Zoom recording. Step 3, file owner changed, proven by the system log. Step 4, Marcus's claim of a team brainstorm. This timeline proves that the truth isn't magic. It is just an absolutely unavoidable sequence of events. The theft is proven. So what happens next? Well, usually companies default to a private fix. A quiet email, a tiny apology behind closed doors to keep management comfortable. But Maya absolutely refuses this. She insists that because the damage to Sofia's name was public, the correction must be public too. It has to be restored exactly where the damage happened, not as a favor, as a fact. Section 5, the systemic repair, changing the rules. So the crucial point is, the goal isn't just catching a thief. It's making theft nearly impossible to attempt ever again. HR manager Linda takes this evidence and writes a systemic fix right into the company workflow, the memory charter. This officially protects spoken contributions, not just written files. Meaning, from now on, if you speak an idea on a recorded call, the system officially remembers that it belongs to you. Just listen to this powerful rule from Maya. Do not quietly fix what can publicly teach. A system that cannot accurately show who built the work is a system that is inherently unfair. By making the correction public and updating the company charter, they turned a moment of sabotage into a permanent structural guardrail for literally everyone else in the building. But before we wrap up, we have to acknowledge the heavy human reality of office politics, the emotional cost. Even when you win, the proof doesn't magically refund the energy it took to survive the disbelief. Credit theft teaches good people to doubt if their work will ever truly be safe. Sophia got her credit back, yes, but she still carried the exhausting weight of having her integrity questioned. Surviving a toxic environment always leaves a mark. So I'll leave you with this to think about. When a room borrows your words, will your records remember who said them first? Build your proof maps, trust the metadata, and remember, a patient record can outlive any corporate lie. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.